So I'm just doing a little unpacking on this thing I just bought, this GoPlus float tube, fishing float tube from Amazon. And I'm not going to go through this thing in big detail. There are about 10 or 15 other videos on here. If you'll just search GoPlus float tube, you'll get them. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting this together, and I'll be back with you in just a minute there. Now I've put one bladder in there, and it's green on the left side if you're looking at the float tube. And it came with this pump that looks pretty good. It came with different sizes of nozzles, and it also has an inflate and deflate, which that's pretty cool. I'm going to be using that. I'll show you why in a minute. I just wanted to throw this out. I had a pretty good little tussle getting those bladders inside there. It wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. I would put a little bit of air into the bladder, and then I would try to get the kinks out on the inside, and it just wasn't that easy. I kept after it, and I think I ended up doing a pretty good job with it, but I don't know for sure if there are any kinks in there or not. Now, whether that has anything to do with whether it will ever get a leak or whatever, I don't know, but you couldn't zip it up unless it was less than about 30% full. So there was a certain point in time there when I kept putting a little bit more and a little bit more air that I just had to say, well, I've got to stop here and zip it up. I just can't keep fooling with it. So anyway, just when you get yours, just take your time with these bladders. It's a deal of trying to do it right the first time, and you won't have to do it anymore, because once they're in there properly, then you shouldn't have to fool with it time in and time out. At least Okay, so this thing's looking pretty good. The only thing on a couple of videos I watched, it talked about filling this thing up until all the little ripples were out of it. I don't know if I wouldn't blow it up before that happened. So I don't want to get this too tight. I think I'll find out when I get out on the water whether or not I had this blown up correctly. And also, it didn't say, but I have the red cushion on the bottom. So right now I'm red cushion. As you're looking at the front of it, this being the left side, this is red, green, and green. So it has these pouches. I'm really going to try to find like some Tupperware stuff that might fit in here. I also wanted to mention that this thing, like the storage compartments look larger than they do on video, and there are two of them, one on each side. There are D rings on here, which I like because I'll probably have something like a minnow bucket or something like that pulling behind me. And there are Velcro straps, which I'm going to say could be used to carry an extra rod or to hold your paddle. This little paddle came with it, and it's light. I have other what I would call real kayak paddles, but I'll probably use this one because this is really light. There's also, and I'm going to hook this up in a second, but there's a rod holder, and that was one of the things that wasn't playing on the videos I watched, so I'm going to hook this up and show you. And the deal with the boot over here, it came with these two paddles, And one thing I was concerned about was whether or not it would take my wading shoes. I have those waders that have the booty sock foot to them, and you use these big heavy boots. And the deal is, these things have crisscross, they're completely open, and they have crisscross straps here to help hold your foot in. So I was happy about that. I'll see how it works. Now, I haven't put this on yet. I'm going to do that right now. But I'm probably going to wear waders when the water's cold like it is now. This is April 1st, 2025. If you want to, you know, a few years from now, if you're watching this, that's when I did it. Another little thing for you fly fishermen, I believe that's a fly holder thing. If you don't want to use it for flies, then we also could use this. I'm saying as a rod or a paddle holder right there. I won't be using this. I'm not a fly guy. I'll throw it in there. I'm not going to throw it away. This pump worked really good. It's not heavy. It has an inflate and a deflate on it. That deflate I wasn't all that impressed with, probably because I don't know how to use it yet. But one thing I liked about this pump is that this air hose is long enough that I could put this float tube together up on the table, and that would still reach the ground so that I could put a foot on it and pump it. So that was really good. I didn't have to put the float tube down on the ground. Us 75-year-old people like to stay off the ground as much as possible. It's real easy to get down, but it's not so easy to get back up. Let's remove this. Okay, I'm going to put that there. The seat seems to be pretty high up and has a lot of air in it. I'll find that out when I get in the water. Now let me put the front of this on and we'll be done with this. Okay, it came with these two pieces of plastic. One end's larger than the other, so that just fits together like that. I'm going to make these ends both the same. Push this down in here. This end is closed, and this end has some Velcro on it. It has a little measurement thing here, a little rule, if you will. I'm going to put this side in here. Put this in, it'll spread the front apart. So that goes in there. This is Velcro. It holds it in place there, and that would be in your lap when you're sitting in it. I'll find out if I like this when I get out on the lake or not. I don't know if I like that right now or not, but we'll see. But anyway, then this straps in there. You can tighten it up, and there's a coupler over here on this side. You can tighten it up. Now when you get in here, what this will do when you get in here to keep this from spreading apart on you. So I like this bar. Maybe I'll like this, maybe I won't. We'll see. But anyway, there that is. Okay, this rod holder I was going to tell you about. It's pretty substantial, really. It's a little heavier duty than I thought it would be. And it comes with a mount. And it comes with these straps. So The only issue I might have here is I hope I can strap these down tight enough to hold this steady. So I'm going to put it together and I'll see if that works. Okay, I put this on here in a way that I could take my right hand and cinch this down tight. These two straps. Yeah, that feels like that's on there pretty good, really. This rod holder has this red button in front to release, and it is adjustable. You can put that point in any direction you want it. And that's a pretty well made thing too. I'm going to see over time if I can get some of these creases out of here. I hope this settles down and sort of works its way to do that a little bit once I'm sitting in it and putting pressure on it. But anyway, oh, check this out. I don't know why you'd want to do that. I don't know what that is. Never mind. We'll figure out one day. Okay, I'm hoping that this also is not in front or not in the way of the paddle, because I'm probably going to be using the paddle more than I'm using those little old fins. That's something else we'll figure out when we get it on the water. So, anyway, this video lasted a little longer than I thought. In summation, it was a little harder to get these bladders in here than I wanted. And one of the things I checked out before I decided to buy this with those internal bladders, you know, a lot of them, the more expensive ones, they don't have that internal bladder like that. It's just the float tube itself is the bladder. But I looked and tried to find online where you could get replacement bladders, and I haven't been able to do that yet. And there's nowhere on the Amazon to get buy these bladders either. But I did find out, and I searched on YouTube, you can do this. Where to repair pool toys or something like that. I put in there, I searched fix a hole in a vinyl pool toy or something like that, and there came up with there are kits to patch these bladders. So I went ahead and bought this because now I know if I get a pinhole leak or something in this that I can patch it. So that was one concern I had. So anyway, I'm going to get this out on the water and try it out here in a couple of days. Now, this was harder to put together than I thought it was going to be, trying to get those bladders in there and get it zipped up and blah, blah, blah. You'll find out if you buy one of these as you go along that it's a little bit difficult, but I think once it's put together, that's going to be the end of it, because the only thing I'm going to do is after each use, I'm going to let some of the air out to take pressure off of seams, and each time I go back, then I'll just have to put just a little bit of air in it. And oh, there was something else. This also comes, well, this is a little hold you in the seat thing there, but this also comes with straps where you can carry this like a backpack. So that's all about that. Now the next thing I wanted to know, we'll get into that right now. Okay, so I wanted to know what this little truck bed back here, it has a little mesh area in the back, and I wanted to know just what it would hold. Now I have two of these lunch cooler kind of things. I like the size of these. They hold, I freeze those 16.9 ounce bottles of water, and I'll put a couple of those in there, and as they melt I could drink them. And I'll probably put another bottle in there too. So here's one of those. And I have a second one. If I go fishing with live night crawlers or crawfish or something like that, I'll use this as a bait bucket. So let's see if it'll go. It does. So it holds my 2 coolers. So I'm happy about that. And just to give you an idea of the size of that back there, I was just curious whether it would hold a 5-gallon bucket, and it does. It sits right in there. So I think a person, if they wanted to, I'm not going to do it. I'm never going to fish with over 1 rod. I'll have a backup with me for an emergency. Some people like to go out, you see them, they've got rods sticking up, you'd think they were never coming back home. But you could rig you up some rod holders and stuff in there if you wanted to. Now, I don't think that would hold one of those milk crates. It would be pushing it. I'll check that though. I don't have a loose milk crate right now, so I can't put it in there. When I get one, I will. At least I'll try. So anyway, that's it for that today. I'll get back with you here in a couple of days. I'm going to take this out and try to float around in it, and maybe try to do a little fishing.